Yeah, what's going on, man? Top Flight TV. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? Y'all know we here, and I'm gonna break down my thoughts on the Diddy documentary. And I want to try to take it slow because it's a lot of layers to this thing, man. And I have some really deep thoughts surrounding this whole documentary, surrounding this whole controversy. So I really want to take my time with it so I can articulate myself correctly, and I want to get this out properly. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Please, if you feel like it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I go live every now and then, probably once a week on average. Um, so check my content out on my page if you want. I'm a videographer. If you need some video work, reach out. Let's get to it. You understand? I'm in the DMV area. I'm in Maryland. I'm not even in the DMV area. I'm in Western Maryland. I'm in the mountains. But anyway, let's talk about this Diddy documentary, man. Um, Dang, somebody like and unlike my damn. Oh, they liked it again. Okay. Oh no, that's just somebody in here. Somebody, y'all hit the like button, man. Let's talk about the Diddy documentary. Diddy, The Reckoning, or some shit like that. Netflix. 50 Cent, Sean Puffy Combs. Um, we know what's been going on with Diddy. He's been persecuted. He's been prosecuted. He's been acquitted. He's been found guilty. He's been incarcerated. Um, this has been going on for about 2 years now. And I want to be clear. This is not totally about Diddy. You understand? This is way deeper than Sean Puffy Combs. All right? This whole situation is way deeper than one man. And I want to be very clear. I do not condone physically abusing, mentally, emotionally abusing women. Okay? We're going to get that out the way off the top. Because a lot of people that just don't like Diddy, the first thing they say is, well, Diddy, he beat Cassie up. We saw the video. What about that video? Here's what I want to say about that video. I want to say that video was disgusting, man. That video was hard to watch. I also want to keep it real. What I saw in that video is nothing that I haven't seen before. Okay. Um. Now I also want to go further, and I want to say that if you're gonna judge Diddy, and you have that right to judge Diddy all for what he did to Cassie, as far as putting his hands on her, and you're championing and you're rooting on and cheerleading for this documentary, I want to say to you that you're also going to have to cancel the Notorious B.I.G. I want to talk to the hypocrites out there. All right, where is everybody that's on the hate Diddy train? You're gonna have to cancel the Notorious B.I.G. and a lot of others. I got news for y'all. News flash. If you are against domestic violence, right, which we all should be, and you are judging Diddy and you're throwing him out the window and he should be unalived and he should be thrown to the wolves, you're gonna have to do the same thing to Biggie. Now, a lot of you all are just jumping on a bandwagon, okay? So some of y'all are too young to understand the ins and outs and how things were in the 90s. Now, Biggie has a song, and this is no secret. Biggie has a song called what? Kicking the Door, Waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, Don't Hit Me No More. That song was about Faith Evans, okay? It is a well known fact, okay, that Biggie beat Faith Evans, right? So I want to ask, and all this is leading up to something. I want to ask, not only are you not canceling Biggie, but you all are also singing the song. You're chanting an anthem. You're singing the domestic violence anthem, which would be kicking the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. But yet and still, we're sitting here, we're trying to throw Puff Daddy in jail for the rest of his life. And I want to say this: two of the tackiest things that has happened this year in 2025. The first one is Turning Point USA. Tacky, just really fucking tacky, dog. The second thing that's been tacky and whack, we're gonna use the word whack. Two whack things that has happened in 2025. Turning Point USA and the glazing of Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. The way y'all out here glazing 50 Cent, man, it's nasty work, man. It's very nasty work. Let's talk about 50 Cent for a second and his mentor. Somebody else you're gonna have to cancel. You're gonna have to cancel 50 Cent because he has allegations of domestic violence. 50 also, it's a well-known fact that 50 tried to set his baby's mother's house on fire. Hold on, we got some smoke. We got some smoke in the comments. Abraham Lincoln says, keep the name Turning Point out of your mouth. My guy, be careful how you speak or you may begin to feel weak in the knees. You'll have to ask please to get back in because rejecting all the Listen here, man. Abraham, listen, Abraham, don't leave. Don't leave, Abraham. I'm gonna get back to my point, but Abraham just threw me off. I want to say this: Turning Point is a bunch of geeks. Okay, they're a bunch of low key racists. All right, Turning Point USA, along with Charlie Kirk, are a bunch of low key racists. Okay, they think they're fooling people with their little Christian values and this little tacky shit that they're trying to do, but everybody sees through it. Okay. Turning Point, I did a video on it my last video I talked about Turning Point. I talked about Nicki Minaj. If you want to know my thoughts on Turning Point, go to my last video. I'm talking about Diddy right now. Well, when I say low key, Black Bear, listen, Black Bear, we have to agree. We have to agree that Turning Point, okay, this new agenda that they're trying to muster up, it is low key. It is low key racist. And when I say low key, I mean you got people like Byron Gaines, Nick Fuentes, who are not low key racist. They're covert. No, they're overt racist. You understand? Turning Point has an undertone. There's a dog whistle in Turning Point. You understand? I'm gonna get to the rest of the comments. Hold up. Turning Point is dog whistling. They're saying things, speaking on their Christian values and their heritage here in America, the forefathers and all this other crap. So what they're doing is they're dog whistling and they're trying to get back to the years of yesteryear. Okay? They try to bring the past and like bring it up here, which will never work. It'll never work. Yeah, my man Black Bear. Now I want to break it down because I like to I like to try to be thorough on my channel. You understand? Abraham Lincoln says everybody's racist, singing the same old song around the same old. No, just speak for yourself, Abraham. You're just racist, sir. Not everybody's racist, okay? Abraham says, just because he wants to protect the unborn fetuses, what's wrong with that, my guy? Okay, well, listen, great question. Protect them from who? Protect them from black people? Because that's what Turning Point is pushing. Turning Point is pushing some sort of a message that black people are messing up America. Okay? They're pushing propaganda, okay? They're pushing propaganda and acting as if we're the worst thing that has happened to America. When in fact, when in fact, when we see the crazy, deranged school shooters and mass shooters, okay, that just walk into places where they know nobody and they just start spraying shit, that's who they need to be talking about. The Dylan Roofs, the Timothy McVeighs, okay? The list goes on and on and on and on and on. We have our issues in the black community, and they stem from white supremacy, okay? Let's be real clear about that. Abraham, the shit that the racist community has going on, what reason? It's strictly hate, okay? Strictly hate. At least Chicago, these major cities have a real reason why these things happen. Most of these people that are shooting and killing, they live in poverty, okay? What is your excuse? What is Dylan Roof's excuse? He runs off of hate. Him and others like him and others like him, they are in little message boards with other racists that are still here, that are still free, that are still plotting and planning to hurt others, that are still hateful. What is Dylan Roof? Let's take Dylan Roof for instance. He walked into a church and he unalived, was it six to nine elderly black folks that were praying to God. We could take that one incident right there and just say, let's just analyze this for a minute. You mean to tell me that we have situations like the Dylan Roof situation and you motherfuckers are talking about Chicago? There is an explanation for Chicago, okay? A plausible explanation. We don't have a plausible explanation for Dylan Roof. Timothy McVeigh, he backed in a U-Haul full of explosives. Y'all remember this? Backed in a U-Haul full of explosives and blew up a building, okay? He blew up a building and it had a daycare in it, bro. You never seen niggas do no shit like that. That's why I don't buy your Turning Point. That's why I'll never buy your Charlie Kirks. That's why you'll never convince me of any of the bullshit that you talk about. You understand? David Carroll, I am breaking it down to you. The explanation for Chirac is very simple. It's white supremacy. The reason why it's so on so many levels, okay? You have poverty, okay? You have self-hatred, okay? That was passed down and we were taught self-hatred. We were taught to hate ourselves. We live in a society where we have people like Charlie Kirk constantly moving the goalposts and deflecting to black people. When he died by the hands of somebody that looked just like him. You understand? After that incident with Charlie Kirk, everybody went crazy. I saw people on the internet talking about, well, this radicalized me. You're radicalized against who? Who are you radicalized against? Gangbangers didn't kill Charlie Kirk. You understand? So Turning Point is full of shit. Okay? Turning Point is full of shit. Uh it won't you won't be around next year. Like Craig Mack said. It won't be around. That shit is not gonna last, y'all. They're trying to set themselves up so they can try to indoctrinate the next generation. Okay? They're trying to indoctrinate the next generation so they can try to make things like they used to be. You understand? The reason being is because time is running out. Okay, time is ticking. For all this racist, white supremacy shit, time is ticking. And they're on the clock. And they're trying to save the hatred. Okay? They're trying to save the racism. You dig? So that's what this whole turning point thing is about. If anybody has a brain, right, then you'll see this turning point thing for exactly what it is. But anyway, I want to get back to Diddy, man. I would like to get back to Diddy. Abraham said, it ain't all about the black community, my boy. You're 13% of the population, hype down. Okay. Listen, listen, let me tell you why it's about the black community. Because it's always about the black community. The foundational black American community. It's always about us. People always look to us to see what we're doing, to see what we got going on, to see what we think, to see if we're gonna help. Okay? It's people getting deported. The first thing they do is, well, where are black Americans at? You're not gonna say anything? No, we're not gonna say anything. Okay? So Charlie Kirk, let me give you hard proof of why it's always about black Americans. Charlie Kirk's last words. What was his last words? Anybody know? Uh, Rashamir Jones, shout out to you, homie. He said, facts. Did you know Turner Point is trying to be a part of the education system? Yes. Yes. Listen. Listen. They are trying to. What do you think Charlie was out there doing? Charlie was out there trying to recruit. All right? He was trying to change people's minds and indoctrinate people. He was going to colleges around impressionable people, trying to save them, right? Trying to snatch them up and recruit them over into this hateful, deflective way of thinking. You understand? They're bad. Those black people are bad. Hip hop is bad. That bitch said hip hop is bad. Don't listen to hip hop. Charlie, we know that you knew how influential our culture is. We know that you knew how influential black culture is, right? And that black culture has never went anywhere. It will not go anywhere. And you're saying, what Turning Point is saying, listen, act like us. If you don't act like us, then you're not American. Turning Point USA wants everybody to act like them, believe in what they want them to believe in, talk, walk, and live like them. And that's not American, man. And that's why they're not patriots. Okay? They want to try to make people behave a certain way while they do whatever the fuck they want to do. That's racism, man. That's white supremacy. You understand? Abraham Lincoln says blaming racism never helped anybody. Listen, sir. Nobody's blaming racism. We're simply stating facts today. And we know you don't like it. We know you're not happy with what I'm saying because we expose racism over here and we tell the truth over here. See, what you guys are trying to do is rewrite history. Okay? You want to rewrite history, act like what happened in the past didn't happen. But we know it happened and we'll never forget what happened. You understand? You do what you want with that, sir. Um, Rashmir Jones says, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, homie. He says, you can't mix bigotry and religion together. The Bible itself is a black history book. Hey, man, I said this on my last broadcast. These people are pushing this fake, they're pushing this fake Christian thing. Because we know historically, we're talking facts here. Do what you want with it. Get out your feelings. We're talking facts here. Historically, while we were being hung from trees, while we were being tortured and made to work for free, our ancestors really believed in this religion. Okay? At the same time, simultaneously, the people who were hanging us, the people who were enslaving us, so called believed in the same religion. And they thought they were good Christians. This is the difference. This is the difference, y'all. You understand? Uh, Young Goat said, I follow God, not no religion. Shout out to shout out to you, Young Goat. I appreciate that. Justice said, us black people need to change the narrative. We've been held back educationally, jobs. We need to change the narrative for our future. Abraham said, truth is you need somebody to blame that isn't yourself. It's a superiority complex within you. Sir, that sounds like that's a projection. I'm just stating a fact. Listen, I live a very good life. Okay, I live a very good life. Um, I don't need to blame anybody. Okay, I have money. Okay, I'm a homeowner. I have vehicles. Okay, I have a beautiful family. What do I need to blame? Why would I need to blame anybody? We talking facts, man. You understand? Uh, Angel Harvest says hello. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate the subscription. Bell, Bell. I can't spell today. He said, "Oh my God, stop trolling." Oh, I'm sorry, Florence James. Let's get back to Diddy real quick. I want to say what I got to say about Diddy, my core message about the Diddy documentary, and then we'll get back to the racist ass Turning Point and Charlie. Let me just say this about the Diddy documentary, and I want to say this about Diddy as a whole. I don't want to make it about Diddy. It's bigger than just one man. Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs. What we saw in that documentary, we saw a young black man aspire to be successful. If there's any young black men in my chat, if it's any older black men in my chat, I want y'all to feel this real quick. The pressure that we feel to go out here and be successful, Diddy had that same pressure. Diddy had the ambition and the drive to jump into an industry that we have always been the people who have suffered and ripped off. He jumped into an industry where we will always get ripped off. All the artists you know throughout time, most of them have been ripped off. Diddy jumped into this industry and he rose the ladder to success. Will there be some people getting hurt in the process? Absolutely. Do we know if he did these things intentionally? We don't know. Every millionaire, billionaire that you know had to step on some shit to get to where they at. Diddy did what he had to do to get to where he had to get. I want to say this. In our culture, I'm talking to my culture right now, Black American culture right now. In our culture, we are pressured to achieve the success levels that Diddy achieved. And I'm not saying exactly, nobody's pressuring us to be a billionaire, but we aspire to have that type of success, to be our own boss, to be able to make money without working for anybody. Diddy achieved that success. Diddy set the precedent for black people in the entertainment industry, hands down. Nobody else has done what he's done in the industry. You name him. Jay-Z came after. Hey Raj, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. But what and I want to say this because it's not just about Diddy. This is about hate. Okay, essentially, this is about hate. As I look around on my social media and the way people are talking about Diddy and they cheerleading 50 Cent. Yeah, 50, yeah, even 50 himself. This is what happens when you achieve success out here. You, you too. This is what happens when you achieve. Everybody is like, look, man, go be something, do something with your life. Right? If you an artist, if you got your own plumbing company, everybody's like, yeah, 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 yeah. We want to see you succeed. We want to see you do good. We want to see you do good. But as soon as you get that bag, as soon as you get that bag, huh? Maybe look here. I've achieved an amount of success, and this is where I'm coming from. Soon as you get successful, people are like, hey, you need to be humble. You need to calm down, sir. We told you to be successful, but be successful the way we want you to be successful. No, 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 no. Stop that dancing. No, 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 no. Stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying to you? When I saw that documentary, I was even more inspired. You dig? Shoot me, sue me. I'm more inspired. Now, would I walk the same path that Diddy walked? No. Diddy got into drug use. Why is nobody factoring this shit in? Diddy got into drug use. That's why he was doing some of the things that he was doing. I give him a pass for that. I'm a recovering addict. I've been clean for 22 years. People can redeem themselves. Who are all these judgmental people? Who are all these judgmental people acting like they ain't done some shit in their life that they not proud of? You understand? I'm gonna get to the comments in a minute, but I don't live my life judging others, right, and throwing them in the garbage can because they made mistakes. Listen, you give your average person that type of money, that type of power. You give the average person that type of money, that type of fame, that type of power, they're gonna mess up somewhere down the line, man. Why does nobody have empathy? It's not just about Diddy. This is about people, period. You understand? So when I saw that documentary, I got inspired by them first two episodes. Man, it took me back to the 90s. It took me back to the 90s. And I can identify with how Puff came up the ladder. I can identify it. This is a key point right here. They kept trying to demonize Diddy for not Rodney Jerkins. Andre Harrell told Diddy, gave him some game, very important game. He said, Diddy, make sure, no matter what artist you got, make sure you're bigger than all of them. They try to vilify that. They try to make it seem like that's a bad thing. Do y'all not live in the real world? In the real world, it's either pimp or get pimped. I don't know how y'all live. I don't know what y'all got going on. I'm not saying be fair, but I'm saying you got to move with strategy out here, especially if you're dealing with amount of success that Diddy was dealing with. If Diddy decided to be humble and decided to be passive and say, hey, everybody, I'm nothing, I'm nobody. Y'all, no, I'm nobody. The reason why Diddy he went from generation to generation to generation. He stayed on top all these years because he made sure he made himself the main character. What the fuck is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Look, I get it. Some people have low self-esteem. I get it. I used to have low self-esteem. So I understand that you don't understand. But we used to hate Diddy coming up. We did not like Diddy. He was too braggadocious. He was dancing all the time. He just looked like a cornball, right? But once I started on my journey into the entertainment industry, and I started my journey being an entrepreneur, I started to look at certain qualities of Diddy. And I'm like, dog, this dude is lasting year after year after year after year. He's innovating. He showed us the fucking blueprint, dog. Take what his deeds out of this shit. You can take all his deeds, what he's done, this, that, and the third. I'm gonna say it again now that we got more people in the building. If you're gonna cancel Diddy for putting his hands on Cassie, you're gonna have to cancel Biggie for kicking in the door, waving in the 4-4, and all Faith said was Papa don't hit me no more. How you gonna cancel Diddy, but you up in the club or you up in your car talking about kick in the door, wave in the foot? That song was about Faith. You know, y'all not gonna cancel Biggie? Come on, man. Dennis Usher said, don't hurt others to get to the top. Big mistake. You have to balance. Listen, Dennis. Listen, Dennis. That sounds great. And I agree with you. In a perfect world, you should not hurt others to get to the top. I agree. I didn't like what happened with some of the artists, but this is the kicker. We don't know the ins and outs of those contracts. A lot of people that are talking and speaking, a lot of people that was talking that are talking, they don't know shit about the industry. They don't know jack shit about the industry. Just because, see, this the problem with small-minded people. They think because Diddy signed these artists that these artists are supposed to have buku money. That's not how the industry works, y'all. That's not how it works. When you sign a contract, you're signing a bank loan, essentially. VIPologist says, you about to piss me off. How you gonna stomp on a man when he down? Who did I stomp on? Who did I stomp on? Who did I stomp on? Have you been, did you just join the live? Dennis Usher, thank you. Listen, see, this is the point of this live. I'm glad you said it like that. Dennis said, power is never nice. That right there in a nutshell is that's the live right there. Power is never nice. We are told to go out here and be successful, to try to be powerful, right? To try to achieve to the highest limit that we can achieve. Somebody's gonna get hurt in the process. The way Diddy was talking to them, to the artists. Let's talk about the cheesecake. Let's talk about the cheesecake. People are crying and whining about him sending them artists to get cheesecake. Bruh, the average mind doesn't know why they think he was mean. After dealing with artists after artists after artists, that's a litmus test. I want to see the lengths that you're willing to go for your career. I can identify with that. Because people just be talking. People will waste your time out here. They'll waste your money and your time. You dig? Top Hustle said everybody got hurt. Who got? I mean, let's think about it. Who got hurt? Who all got hurt? Let's talk about the y'all remember the City College incident. This is another thing that pissed me off. The City College incident. Rest in peace to those people that passed away. Y'all gotta stay with me for a second because this pissed me off. They tried to blame Diddy for that City College incident. What happened was Diddy threw a celebrity basketball game and he promoted it and he over promoted it. And yes, Diddy didn't have proper security. Cool. I used to throw events. So what I'm about to say is coming from a place of experience. Diddy throws this big event, a celebrity basketball game at a city college. The people that showed up outside, they decided to bum rush the door. They decided to bum rush the door. In the process of that, people got unalived. Do y'all know who I blame? I blame the fucking idiots that didn't have a ticket, that had no business going in that door, saying, hey, let's bum rush the door. I'm speaking from experience. I've used to throw events. And I've never had anybody bum rush my door. But I have had incidences where a fight would kick off and everybody wants to go run to the fight. They want to go see what's going on in the fight. Y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Man, we got 300 people in here. I got 15 likes. Like the content if you like it. It don't matter. It don't make me none, man. They tried to blame that on Diddy, man. No, the people who are to blame for that incident are the people that decided they didn't have to pay, that decided they were going to bum rush that door. Those people are accountable. You understand? Ignorant motherfucker. Like, trust me, I've been outside of my venue, you know, when I through my events, and there's a parking lot full of niggas, and nobody wants to go home. Everybody's waiting around for somebody to throw a blow, waiting for somebody to get stabbed, get shot. They just sitting around waiting. I'm like, bro, y'all gotta go home. Nope, they won't listen to you. They will not listen. They will tune you out. You dig? They'll tune you all the way out and just, they want the drama. And that's what happened at that city college, man. Out the woods. What's up, homie? KK says security was paid less to nothing, and at some point they just gave up. No problem. Listen, I said it once, I'll say it again. Diddy, he skimped out on the security. I've done it before as well. But those were grown people, okay? Those were grown people that decided, okay, they decided to bum rush their door, man. You dig? So yeah, man, somebody put it in the chat earlier. They said Diddy is locked up for buying prostitutes. And you got niggas out here co-signing this shit. I'm gonna say it again. The two tackiest things that happened in 2025. Turning Point USA and people glazing 50 Cent for this documentary. The thing about it is the documentary showed him in a good light the first 2 episodes. It actually did him some justice. You know what I'm saying? I believe Diddy is a victim of propaganda. You dig? Yeah, man. It's a bunch of things that documentary showed me, man. But we all know at the end of the day, Diddy is in jail because of an injustice, and more than likely a racial injustice. They had to bring Diddy down, y'all, at some point. And let me say this to y'all: if y'all celebrate this type of shit, it doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop here. You understand? Who's next? When they try to get Jay-Z, which they're already attempting to do, y'all gonna clap for that shit too? Bell, I appreciate you. Shout out to you. That kid said, nah, that nigga deserved everything he got. Anybody okay with the shit he did is the problem. What happens when your dog get people out to be a part of something that didn't? Let's talk about that. The kid. You talking as if you were there and you know that he dogged these people out. Let me tell you, I want to break something down to y'all that the average mind doesn't understand. See, this is the problem. The average mind is a consumer mind, a worker mind. And no shade to my workers out there. The average mind is a worker. They go to work, they get a paycheck. They don't want no more, no less. This is how they function. And salute to everybody that go to work. Nevertheless, the average mind, the average person is a worker. They don't know what it's like to be the employer. Okay? They just don't, they can't wrap their head around the shit. They can't wrap their head around being the boss. So when you're the boss and you're employing people, when Craig Mack comes up and you make the whole world know Craig Mack's name, you gave Craig Mack an opportunity. Shit. This channel about to fuck my channel up. Total. When Total comes, they're hungry. They ain't got shit. They hungry, starving artists. And Diddy gives them opportunity. Right? We don't know the ins and outs of their contracts. They signed their contracts. It was somebody in the documentary that who was it was Babs Bunny. Do y'all remember Babs Bunny when she said, listen, y'all, listen real clear. Listen real clear. Because all these regular niggas, they want to sit around, oh, he did people wrong. He messed them out of their contract. Listen, Babs Bunny, go back and watch the documentary when Babs Bunny said, listen, my lawyer called me, said P. Diddy wants me to be on making the band. But there's no money. We're only offering you fame. Y'all listening? Babs Bunny said they're offering you fame, but no fortune. You know what she said? I signed it. And a lot of you niggas would sign it too. You did. A lot of you niggas would sign that shit. So miss me with that, man. The point is, everybody got a contract. Everybody had a choice to take the contract, crumple it up, and throw it in the trash and walk away and go do something better, do something bigger. They could have did something bigger if Diddy wasn't the way and he was so bad. Why didn't they crumple up the contracts and go elsewhere? Jay Warren said, dude, if you do the crime, you do the time. That man ran with the devil. He was never the truth. Diddy was the fucking truth, Holmes. He's still the truth. You dig? What is he in jail for, Jay Warren? See, I expect racist people to feel how they feel about Diddy. The disappointing thing is when I see niggas, when I see brothers and sisters, okay, that's the disappointing shit. I know that we're in a new era where it's a bunch of weird shit, a bunch of weird niggas, a bunch of bullshit. You understand? So it's real sad when I see black folks. A lot of these folks aren't foundational black Americans. You know what I'm saying? But it disappoints me when I see black folks celebrating the downfall of somebody such as Diddy. They're gonna celebrate Jay-Z if they ever get him. Why? Who's next? Who's on the top? Y'all want the culture to just go away? Y'all know they just took all the rap off of the charts, right? This is by design. This whole there's no hip hop on the top 100. That's all design. That's all design. This is the Turning Point USA shit. They're trying to rewrite history. Rap was the hottest. It is still the hottest. They playing little mind games, but rap was the hottest shit for years. Top of the charts. Every joint was a rap song. This is the ushering in. They're trying to usher in this new turning point shit. You understand? John said he's getting karma for all the people he did wrong. That you see, John, the thing is, it's subjective. You dig? Like in that documentary, they it was very they would lean. They will make it so you lean. See, it's three sides to a story. And this is when y'all say shit like this, I'm not saying he didn't do people wrong. This is the difference between me and you, me and y'all. I'm not saying he didn't do nothing wrong. What I'm saying is there's three sides to a story. What a lot of y'all are saying, he did it, he did him wrong. And I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that. You dig? It's three sides to every story. KJN, see, we gotta dispel the misinformation. KJN says, nah, he made Biggie mom pay for the funeral. Hey, who can correct him? Does anybody? I'm gonna say that comment again. KJN says he made Biggie's mom pay for the funeral. Does anybody want to correct him? Hey man, I was listening to My Downfall earlier. Puff Daddy, Biggie song. Jealousy's a motherfucker. If you's a jealous motherfucker, you's a weak motherfucker. Diddy has been experiencing this for years. They pray for my downfall. That's not all. MCs have the goal to pray for my downfall. You dig? Like Magic said, tired of MFers having a whole sit down about Diddy. Shit kind of alarming at this point. How interested? Well, let me tell you, like Magic, let me tell you, and I explained this earlier. You must have just popped in the chat. Y'all hit the like button for me. Let me explain this to you. This shit is deeper than Diddy. This shit is way deeper. This is about you, homie. This is about you. If you ever achieve some success, how the people in your life are going to act. You understand? This is a whole this whole thing is symbolic. This shit happens every day. Somebody aspires to be something, right? They actually get there. And then you got 100 people that couldn't go. Everybody can't go. That's the saying, especially in the music business. Everybody can't go. I'm going to give y'all a story real quick, a quick story. I shot a video for a friend of mine back in 2014. The video had a lot of success. The artist got signed. Everybody had their fucking hand out. Everybody was their artist's best friend. Shout out to my man Trilla Trills. Everybody wanted to go, but the private jet only fit like 12 people. Everybody couldn't go. Okay. I remember being on that private jet, ready to take off. One of the guys that were able to go, he had a homeboy that was supposed to be with him. His homeboy was a little late. We looked at homeboy. We said, hey, what's up with May Man? You want to wait for him? He said, nah, just go. Oh, I'm talking about real life. We're not talking about no fantasy. Oh, no, we talking about real fucking life out here, man. 83 Gators, what it do, my boy? 83 Gators says Diddy shouldn't be in jail. One thing about it, he'll be home soon. I agree. I agree. I agree. Um, no, you could make it seem like I'm Diddy gang or whatever, but what I am is I'm a realist. You understand? I'm gonna say it again. A lot of y'all have a worker mindset, and that's okay. But at some point, you might not want to be a worker no more, and you might want to be the employer. You might want to be the boss. You might want to be the big dog. You understand? And you're gonna experience the same shit. You understand? So I understand. I get it. Now let's hold Diddy accountable. Dennis Usher said, bro, no disrespect. It's all a fake. Don't believe the hype. It's all a movie. Battle Ray said, you look like you could be Diddy's nephew. Y'all funny as shit. I forgot where I was going. Um, Robbie, you don't have to be here, sir. You don't have to be here. It's all right. We just chopping up. We just look. Let me say this to you, man. Look, let me say this to everybody here, especially the younger cats. Y'all can get this game, or y'all can just act like y'all already know. Anybody that has achieved some level of success, they know what the fuck I'm talking about. People will build you up to tear you down. You got the Gene Deals. He ain't even make the documentary. He made a whole career. He made a whole career out of this Diddy. He didn't even make the documentary. Denny said Diddy didn't beat Cassie on camera either. That was AI, right, bro? Stop it. We won't experience Diddler issue. I already talked about the. I already talked about it. We don't condone women getting beat, but are you going to cancel Biggie? Where you at, Denny? 119.79. Where you at? Are you going to cancel Biggie? Are you going to cancel Dr. Dre? Are you going to cancel Joe Budden? Are you going to cancel 50 Cent? Are you going to, what's the boy name just got accused today? Cardi B's boyfriend. Y'all hypocrites. You're hypocrites, bro. That's all. You're just hypocrites. Let's just at least say it. Say, look, I'll excuse all these other people. I just don't like Diddy. Diddy was a little too rich for me. I don't like Diddy's face. I don't like the way he danced. Nah, we'll excuse everybody else. Let me tell y'all the real hypocrisy of all this. King Von. Y'all love some fucking King Von. He can unalive. The legend is he's unalive. He got 6 bodies. You can run out here, kill a black man, as many as you want. You won't get canceled. You won't get canceled. Trey Vontae Hall said it wasn't AI. What that ain't is they give a pass to who they want. Yeah, they give a pass to who they want, bro. 50 Cent tried to burn his baby mother's house down. Diddy paid was paying chicks $10,000 a month to live. You dig? And said Von music fire, but yeah, he do be psycho. Yeah, but he gets a pass. YNW Melly, all of that younger generation's free Melly. This is how backwards everybody is. Everybody's so backwards. Y'all get in the car and listen to 1,000 black people a day get killed on them songs. And now y'all want to come on here and act like y'all got some sort of morality. Fuck out of here, man. And the chicks, do I got any ladies in here, man? Look, shout out to my ladies. Listen. Y'all, Diddy is the blueprint for what you say you want men to be like. Diddy is the blueprint for what you say, the expectation that you have for men. We're supposed to just kick out all this money. We're supposed to be successful. We're supposed to have this, that, and the third. Most of the chicks talking about him putting his hands on Cassie, if Diddy came home today and said, hop into this Bentley, you will be right there. You dig? John Warren said left eye burned Andre's crib down. Let me tell you something, man. We can go all day with the things that have went on in the industry. Let's just keep it hip hop for a second. We can go all day. 50 said he joined in on his documentary because he said he joined. This was the weakest shit ever. He joined in on his documentary because if he didn't, people would have thought that this is what we condone in hip hop. That's the weakest shit ever, man. And Denny said, "Don't try to put everyone in the same thirsty, disgusting, hellbound boat, sir. We all don't think the same." I know, Denny. Listen, Denny, you and others like you are just perfect. See, Diddy's dirt got uncovered. You understand? There's a quote in the Bible. I'm not a religious man, all right? But there's a quote in the Bible. Does anybody want to put in the comments the quote that would be fitting for this conversation? I'm gonna give y'all a second. Give me that quote in the Bible that will be fitting for this conversation. Fuck it, I'll say it. May he, without sin, cast the first stone. Y'all acting like y'all just perfect, man. You dig? It's too many perfect people talking about what Diddy did. You dig? So I think I got my point across with that, man. Serene Angel said, "Judge not, yet we be judged." Somebody said, "What's your opinion on communism?" I don't really have an opinion on communism. Casey Kirk said, "Pride cometh before the fall." I agree. Let's hold Diddy accountable real quick. Let me tell y'all where Diddy went wrong. But I also want to say this as well. There's not too many people. If you put them in the same position that Diddy was in, it's just gonna be so angelic and handle things with such grace. Okay, it's just not. If you saw the documentary, you saw that he was the guy. I grew up in the Diddy era. He was the guy. That was Puff Daddy. Okay, but let's talk about where Diddy went wrong. Diddy went wrong thinking that he was above reproach. Diddy thought that he couldn't be touched. You dig? Now, I'm not saying he was the monster that they making him out to be. But what I'm saying is, and this is the problem, right? And this is what Diddy was defying. He was going against this shit. See, you niggas, y'all are okay with us having to walk a fine line. Y'all are okay with that. Diddy felt like, you know what? I'm a black man. I got money. I'm successful. I can't be touched. That's where he went wrong. He forgot how it goes out here. And you got little goofy niggas, right, that are promoting this type of ideology. Oh, you shouldn't be so cocky, so arrogant because you're black. Everybody else can do it. Everybody else can do it. Elon Musk can get on stage and do a fucking dance and throw the Nazi sign up. Everybody else can do it. But if you're a black man, you can't be doing stuff like that. Why do you think Jay-Z lays so low? You don't see why do you think Jay-Z lays so low? Andy said Hugh Hefner did it in front of our faces. Yes, he did. Hugh Hefner, Hugh Hefner, man, don't even get me started on Hugh Hefner. He's an American hero. He's an icon. Y'all can't tell me shit about this situation, man. You dig? Hugh Hefner is a American hero. You understand? Mike Anderson said, "I don't know what you're talking about. I just got here. I can hear the poor me in your voice." All right, yeah, poor me. I don't know what you're talking about. Drew Rev, what it do, homie? Joshua 89, what it do? Y'all hit the like button for a player, man. Yeah, my man had J-Lo. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had J-Lo, bro. Like, that was his girl. Y'all, you think them people, they ain't like that shit, bro. They did not like that shit. They wanted Diddy up out of here at some point. Why do you think they came down on him the way they came down on him? He shouldn't even been booked, y'all. Why do you think he got acquitted of the RICO? We all listen. If you go back to my lives from a year and a half ago, we told y'all this was a bogus case. We told y'all this was a bogus case. And what happened? They threw the RICO out. The only reason he's locked up right now is because he's a black man and he beat the feds. That's the only reason he's locked up right now. You dig? Oh, Jayla, he had Misa. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Kenneth Gaston. I remember seeing Misa in the fucking video for the first time. I think that was probably one of the first times I seen a black chick with blonde hair. This little cute chick, black chick with blonde hair in that hot tub. My God. Yeah. Jay Warren said he broke their rules. Play God's game. You feel me? I agree. Felix Diaz says you sound like you condone Puff's. I condone it. I can. What do you want me to do? I condone it. I don't condone hitting women. Okay. But what I saw on that tape with Cassie, I've seen it a million times. You dig? I seen it. Y'all acting like that's the first time y'all seen some shit like that. You dig? I don't condone that. But I condone being a crude businessman. I condone being a crude businessman. Let me tell you why I condone it. A lot of y'all cannot identify with what I'm saying because you haven't been in a position to do business in a certain capacity. People will take advantage of you out here. You understand? They will bleed you dry. If you are not, you don't rule with an iron fist. If you don't rule with an iron fist in business, you won't have no business to rule. Okay? Mike Anderson says, so you think it's all right to clap a man's cheek so he can become... There is no proof of that, bro. We talking about factual things over here. We're not talking about rumors. We're not talking about... and you see Lil Rod, he didn't come out and say that. Nobody on that documentary came out and said he clapped my cheeks. Why didn't it? Wouldn't that be the time to come out and say, did he clap my cheeks? If you look at the interview from one of the sex workers asked Diddy, go on Vlad. It's one of the last interviews he did. It's a sex worker that got the dreads. He said he asked Diddy, was Diddy gay? And Diddy's he didn't say he was gay. He said he was a voyeur. Do I know if he is? I don't know. You dig? Apparently he may have been bisexual. Look at his stable. He loved women. You dig? Pac-Man said, nah, he said he woke up hurting and Diddy was next to him. How vague is that? That's some I want to get my lawsuit in order shit. Okay. That's some come on, man. Like, yeah, I want to stop y'all real quick. Do y'all know the people in that documentary, their testimony got threw out? I would be on y'all side if everybody in that documentary, the jurors didn't believe the people in that documentary. Those was the rejects from the case. Those were the rejects from the case. It made good TV. The truth is not as entertaining as a lie. The lie is more entertaining than the truth. You see what I'm saying? Bristol Beat said, never heard anyone say Diddy was clapping a dude's cheeks. Not even Gene. Yeah, I mean, look. And that's what I'm saying. And this shit is it's about misinformation, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I know it's 2025. The goofies run the internet. I already know. We know. I gave up a long time ago. I was appalled when I seen some of the shit that was going on this internet. DJ Academics is one of the biggest voices in hip hop. The goofies run the internet. Okay, so we, come on, man. Stephanie Higgins says, I'm a black woman in business and I have to go hard every day. Yeah, we got to go hard, bro. Go ahead and they expected Diddy to be Mr. Nice Guy. And, hey, everybody can have my money. Here, take $1 million. You take $1 million. You dig? Oh, man. Jay Warren said, what about Justin and Usher went to the hospital? Where was that in the documentary, Jay Warren? Where was that in the documentary? Stephanie Higgins says it was a witch hunt for Diddy. Yeah, and she said daddy. Yeah, it was a witch hunt. Anybody with a fucking brain knows that it was a witch hunt. You dig? And that's the basis of my argument. It was a witch hunt, and I really just want to highlight that because it was something personal when I was watching that jump. We strive to be successful black men, and on your come up, it's gonna people that's gonna say that's gonna say things about you. They're gonna say you owe them. Let me tell you something. I've reached a certain level of success, not where I want to be, but a very good level of success. And as soon as I started to reach some success, I had people mad at me because I didn't shout them out on an interview that I did one time. They were mad at me. These same people didn't pay me many, many, many times. And I'm supposed to shout you out? Come on, man. You dig? Let me tell you something. I want to tell y'all this, man. Soon, I want y'all to do, we're going to do a test. I want you to, the next time you get a lump sum of money, I want you to tell some of the closest people around you that you got $10,000. And I want you to see how they act. I want you to see how they act. Notice the little shit. Look, notice how they act when they think you up and they don't got it. Jay Warren said, we know this, but once again, he broke their rules. Yeah, listen, and that's why, thank you. That's why I'm rocking with Diddy. That man broke their rules. Oh, you want niggas to not break their rules? That's the type shit you on? No, don't break their rules. You on that type of shit? Nah, that's why I fuck with Diddy. He broke their rules, man. You dig? At the end of the day, Diddy is gonna show us what to do and what not to do. Nobody has reached that level of success and fame in the hip hop world. He was the blueprint on how to go up that far. You understand? Brandon Gayman says, how much is Diddy paying you to say this? Open your mind up, bro. Don't be so small-minded. You dig? Like, there's a message in what I'm saying. This shit ain't just about Diddy, man. There's a message in what I'm saying. Stephanie Higgins says, I'm not prejudiced, but I do stick with my black man. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Sir Trigger said, my first million, I told my cousin. Guess who was no longer around me? Sir Trigger, talk that shit, man. Talk that shit. Sir Trigger knows what this is about. You got to rule with an iron fist. When you tell people no, they going to feel some type of way, man. You understand? They going to feel some type of way. We know that man is not perfect. You know what I'm saying? We know nobody is perfect, and that's my point. Ain't none of us perfect, dog. Like, none of us. It's the main people up here talking about lock them up. They got skeletons in their closet. Diddy shit is on Front Street. What about you? We put your shit on a documentary about that girlfriend in high school that you put hands on. Should we cancel you for life, or do you deserve redemption? That toxic relationship you had when you was 22, and you put hands on somebody. Should we cancel your whole existence? Mike Anderson said, I'm a 12-year sober heroin addict. You want to know any more? Shout out to you. I've been clean for 22 years. And that's one reason I take the stance that that I take. I made mistakes. I did wrong. I put hands on people. I hurt people. You understand? I stole. I did all that shit. 22 years, I haven't had to do any of that. Should people have just thrown me away? Did I deserve life in prison? Cartel Lena. Yeah, I'm defending Diddy. Yeah, I'm defending Diddy. Okay, I'm defending Diddy. I sure am. What are you gonna do? You gonna cancel me? Hot Shafi said, bro, you are straight up lying. Please stop. All right, okay. You just saying anything on here. Hot Shafi, whatever your name is. Leader Posey said, explain. Explain what? What is there to explain? I've been explaining for 70 minutes and 48 seconds. Go back and see the playback. Jay Warren said, dog, you trying, but he ran with the devil and never changed. Okay, so what's what's the limit on when he's supposed to change? When is he supposed to change? When he's supposed to change? Tell me, bro. Some people gotta go through what they gotta go through, man. When was he supposed to change? Michael Yatumi said, I gotta stand for my black brother Diddy. That's the shit I rock with. I don't know what this raccoon shit is. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that. You dig? R. Sleeve said MFers didn't have to do the ish they was doing. Yeah, nobody marched those people into the office and told them to sign janky contracts. Nobody made them sign those contracts. Those people signed contracts. They didn't have blindfolds on when the contracts were given to them and their lawyer. Okay? These people had an option to say, hey, nah, this contract ain't right. What do you mean I get an advance? What do you mean I get an advance and I got to pay this advance back? But what does this mean? Najee said, game, you got to get back in the booth, spit flames again. Coach VIP said, I'm surprised they didn't kill Diddy like they did with a lot of black men who reached the levels. Coach, I appreciate your comment, homie. Appreciate your comments. Yes, sir. Slingshot 71, what it do? Hey, yeah, what is that little symbol right there? I don't know what that symbol. What is that symbol? Stephanie Higgins says, you too heavy for a lot of these people. They can't understand where you coming from, but I get shout out to you, sis. I appreciate you. Listen, I understand 85% of the masses, they sleep. They can't think outside of a certain part of their brain. I already understand. For those who want some game, I don't need nobody to agree with me. But I know there's gonna be people out here that already know what I'm saying. And they know where I'm coming from with this. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I didn't want to see Diddy get took down because he was a representative of one of us that had made it to a certain place. And it pissed me off. I'm like, God damn, nah, fuck. You know what I'm saying? And I blame him. Of course I blame him. But he should have the same rights as Hugh Hefner, right? He should have the same, he should have the same, look, the president. Need I say more? President Trump. See, y'all do the raccoon shit, right? Y'all do the raccoon shit, right? The president got what, 37 felonies? The president of the United States. And I don't have a problem with Trump. I give Trump the same grace I give Diddy. I give him the same benefit of the doubt that I give Diddy. I'm not a hypocrite. We don't do hypocrisy over here. I'm just stating the fact. The president of the United States has 37 felonies. He got voted back into office. Come on, man. Come on. Like, and y'all talking about Diddy. The president of the United States is accused of other things. All I'm saying is Diddy should have the same wiggle room as every other billionaire. You dig? He should have the same wiggle room. They should have locked him up when they found that video for Cassie. If they would have locked him up for assault on Cassie, you would not have seen my face making this video. I want to say it again. If Diddy was in jail for solely putting hands on that girl, I would say he deserves to be where he is at. But he is not there on those charges. Slingshot said they watch black folks root for one of our own on a chopping block and laugh at us. Say it again, bruh. Say it again. They are. I mean, come on, man. It's come on. What happens when Diddy is on the hot seat? I mean, 50. What happens when 50 is on the hot seat? What's going to happen then? Yeah, Rock Lovely said 50 will be. Listen, 50, he thinks he's the house nigga. Okay. 50 thinks he's safe in that house. Yeah, they using 50, more money. Yeah, they're using 50 Cent and his big gorilla ape looking ass, thanks to the name, smiling in his little blue, funny blue jacket. And everybody's glazing. You dig? Like, they just forgot about Diddy, 50 trying to burn his baby mother house down. You dig? Forget about 50 with the assault, domestic violence assault case. Forget about that. Forget about we're on your team, 50. Forget about what you did or the accusations on you. Forget about Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre beat the living shit out of D Barnes. Y'all go do y'all homework. D Barnes. Y'all know who D Barnes is? D Barnes was a VJ. She was a personality back in the 80s, 90s. Dr. Dre beat her up. He actually got convicted for it. You understand? Joseph Marcel said, none of that even comes close to what P. Diddy did, you're a clown. Okay, Joseph, what did P. Diddy do? Tell us. Tell us what P. Diddy did. Yeah, she was a radio personality, but she was on film too. She was hosting. She used to host some sort of video joint, if I'm not mistaken. Was it Yo on TV Raps? I think she was like a correspondent on there. Jay Warren said, really old. Yeah, I'm old. I'm old. Josh said, if you could sum up the whole Diddy documentary in 6 words, what would it be, brother? I'm gonna say, to sum up the Diddy documentary, I'm gonna say half truth. I'm gonna say propaganda. I'm gonna say narrative. What would it be? Pushing a narrative. Okay, is that 6 words? Yeah. Rock Lovely said the documentary was light. Yeah, it was. Look, I was surprised. The first 2 episodes, it was very good, man. You know what I'm saying? It was very good. It actually made Diddy, it was fair and balanced. The second 2 episodes is when the propaganda really got heavy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has choices. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has choices. Listen, I don't feel sorry for and let me tell you something. I be in these shows, right? Let me tell y'all something. I'm a videographer. I'm a videographer for a living. So I be at these shows And I be saying the shit that people will do to get next to a celebrity. I'm talking about beautiful women will flirt with the bus driver just to get back to the sprinter, to do whatever. You understand? I don't feel sorry for nobody that jumps in that industry. Number one, you already know what it's about. Number two, you're hungry and thirsty for fame and fortune. You understand? Michael, you told me. Yes, we still having this discussion. Mike Anderson said, damn, that be tired before she gets to the main guy. I'm telling you, man. I'm trying to tell you. Rock Lovely said, stand in a long line in the cold half naked. Bro, I done seen, I be seeing. It be the dudes too. They're bigger groupies than the women. But the women, when the women show up to wherever the stars are at, they're locked and loaded, bro. Okay? They got their sexiest outfit on. And the gaze, the look. Let me tell you something, man. Listen, the look in these chicks' eyes, they'll be across the room from the celebrity, and they'll have this gaze like, I'll do whatever you want me to do. They'll just be gazing at them. You dig? So they know what they doing, man. Um, Buddy Flower says, we've been hearing about Diddy since the 90s, and people still wanted to party. See, I don't understand about this party thing. See, that people still talking about the Diddy party like y'all like a year late. Nothing happened at the Diddy parties. Everybody that you love was at the Diddy parties. The stuff that went on was at the freak off between him and his lady and the sex workers. I don't know why people still talking about Diddy parties. Michael said, genuine question. What about the black men and women that have been hurt by Diddy? I just broke all that down, bro. Who's been hurt? Talk, name a name. Who's been hurt? Do you not understand? Do you not understand the record business? Do you not understand the music business? This is how the music business goes. You have an executive. You have a label. You have an artist who has jack shit. You have an artist that has nothing, right? But talent. All they have is talent. The record label says, hey, I'll sign you. We're gonna give you an advance for $500,000. Let's just say $500,000. We're gonna give you an advance. They're basically giving them a loan on their career. Here you go. This is your advance. You have a $500,000 advance to pay for your videos, to pay for your travel, to pay for this, that, and the third. If you don't recoup, you're assed out. This is the music business, bro. Don't go into the music business and you won't get hurt. Jing the Bandit said exactly. We all know how the world works when it comes to parties and freak offs. Yeah, I'm appalled by all the hip hop people acting like they're just so taken aback, especially the people from the '90s. I'm appalled by y'all acting like y'all just so hurt and so troubled by Diddy's behavior. Do y'all know we sung this shit and glorified this shit? Do you know we champion this shit? Everything Diddy was, the culture promotes. Everything Diddy was, he was the epitome of what we celebrated. You dig? Get money, F women, right? Be your own boss, ride in big cars, right? Be violent. You dig? Sal Kadir said, treat them like we beat them, never give them freedom. You come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? Mike Anderson said it goes deeper. I was watching Vince McMahon of wrestling was making all the wrestlers. Oh, damn. I ain't know all that. Yeah. 1983. Come on, man. Like, a bunch of hypocrites out here. Y'all gotta knock it off, man. They told you to be mad at Diddy. Guess what? You were mad at Diddy. 2 years ago, y'all didn't care. 2 years ago, y'all wasn't mad at Diddy. The next person they tell you to be mad at, you're gonna be mad at because you're a sheep. You dig? Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy work. Damn, that's crazy. And you see how it go. You see how it go. And the thing is, these people had a choice. They could have walked away, man. You dig? Jay Warren said, I never liked Diddy. And I appreciate you just keeping it real. I would much rather see people say, I don't like Diddy. I never liked him. We didn't like him, bro. Like we couldn't stand him in our era. Like he wasn't hip hop. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But as I grew older, I also want to give Diddy credit for this though. When in the late 90s, when everything was shoot 'em up, bang bang, when everything was hardcore, Timberlands, fatigues, when everything was rough and rugged, Diddy had been off of that. Diddy was on something totally different from way back. We didn't appreciate it back then because we was like, man, nah, hip hop's supposed to be rough and rugged. You dig? But looking back at it, dude was elevating the culture to something else. We can even say if he didn't take it, if he and others didn't take it up a notch, where would it be? Michael, you told me, said, what do you think about Dave Chappelle's take on Diddy? Yeah, I saw Dave Chappelle's special. Y'all hit the subscribe button. Um, Dave Chappelle basically is saying what I'm saying. He talked about the Mann Act. That's what Diddy is locked up for. The Mann Act. It is a racist law called the Mann Act. This is what Diddy is locked up for. You understand? Dave Chappelle is saying the same shit that I'm saying. Certain people know what's going on. You dig? Um, Salk said Diddy brought in like a weird black mafia vibe with Big Locks and Black Rob. Well, Biggie was out of the picture when Um, Black Rob didn't blow up or didn't get his 15 minutes until Biggie was gone. You dig? Jay Warren said he was soft, rap, dance, pop, rap. Yeah, it was. See, our younger self was like, that shit is soft, man. We don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Turn that off. As you mature, as I get older, it's like, yeah, I see what he was doing. I see what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like you go out now, you see somebody mean mugging you. That one dude that's always got a mean look on his face. And you like, man, relax, man, live life, have fun. You know what I'm saying? Smile, bro. Like, it's okay. That's what Cuz was. He was on that back in 97, 98. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Rock Lovely said they started that off the boxer. Yeah, Jack Johnson. Yeah. Mike Anderson said this world has gone crazy. Epstein list, Diddy, Hollywood. See, I don't like to mention the Diddy case alongside the Epstein list. I don't like because people try to make it that, and I ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Jay Warren said ATL ran that. Are you in ATL? ATL had a run. I just did. I just did a video on the whole ATL situation with the 21 Savage and F the Streets, and I just did a broadcast on that. Joshua said Hugh, Dennis Rodman, Uncle Luke made Freak Offs cool. Diddy just took it to another level. Man, say it again. Joe's Pros. Anybody remember Joe's Pros in Virginia? Come on, man. I went to Freaknik. I was at Freaknik '98, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all, man. Come on, man. Like, yeah. Marquette Chester said, "Look at Surge. You mean Suge? Still in jail for what? Well, Suge, man, he fucked up. Suge fucked up. You know what I'm saying? He did. He messed up royally. He could have got off of that case, man. He didn't have to receive those 28 years. You know what I'm saying? But that's another tragedy, man. I hate seeing Diddy and Suge locked up. These are the two big dogs of our era. You know what I'm saying? I hate that Pop gone, Nipsey gone, Young Dolph gone, P&B Rock gone, Pop Smoke gone. Like, come on, man. Oh, you from Kentucky? I got a cousin out Kentucky, man. Rock Lovely said he was on parole when he killed somebody. Yeah, yeah. He accidentally ran Terry Lewis, I think it is Terry Lewis, if I'm not mistaken, ran him over on accident because he didn't want to get out the car and fight. You know, that dude Bone was on it, was whooping on him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. I got some peoples in Kentucky, man. I've been out there one time when I was a kid. Terry Carter, my fault. Rest in peace, Terry Carter. Florence James said, "What about R. Kelly?" Think about R. Kelly. I'm not going to defend R. Kelly. Um, to be honest, I didn't follow his case like that. So I don't speak on things I don't know about. The reason why I'm speaking on this is because I followed this case. We heard testimony from all the sex workers. We seen testimony from the court case. We saw the not guilty verdict. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to speak on. Shout out to Louisville. Yeah, that's where my people is at. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Suge, man, he wore his welcome out. He was violent. He was very violent, and you can't run around and be violent, dog. Like, at least Diddy's violence was situational. Suge stood for violence. That's what he maneuvered off of violence. You did. Hold up. Look, why ain't nobody talking about Suge though? How many people? How many women did Suge beat? How many people did Suge? How many women did Suge beat? Why is nobody canceling Suge Knight? Wayne Omega said, "All I have to know about R. Kelly is he was charged with a statue that was specifically created for Jack Johnson, a black man, same thing they did when he went down under the Mann Act." Yeah, I heard about that too, but see, the reason why I don't want to touch R. Kelly's case, because he got some minors in his case. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to touch that. I'm not going to defend that. We do know that he was dealing with minors. R. Kelly loved minors. Let's just be real about that. I still listen to R. Kelly's music. I still hold him to be one of the greatest R&B writers and singers, but that's about as far as it go. I'm not going to defend that nigga. He got minors in his case, man. Rock Lovely said, "What about they won't come out? He's a blood affiliated, Suge Knight." Stephanie Higgins said, "All of them was beating on women, so how can we count?" Yeah, I mean, let's just be real, man. Let's let's be real. Come on, man. But look, I appreciate y'all chopping it up with me, man. Y'all hit the like button, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. I got some content on my page. I got an interview. I got a couple interviews. I got an interview with Benzino. I got an interview with Krishan Rock's ex. That's a very entertaining joint. What's my man name? He passed away. I got his last interview. Um, Ronnie Doe. I got an interview with Ronnie Doe. I got an interview with some Baltimore artists. You know what I'm saying? I don't really do this YouTube thing. You know what I'm saying? I just get on here to vent, and I get on here to really just let out my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I chop it up every now and then. Um, Sir Trigger said, "Do you know anything about the Mexican cartel?" I'm Mexican. Man, I watched Sicario too last night. I love the Sicario joints. I love the cartel. It's funny you asked that. I just watched Sicario 2 last night. I love cartel movies. I love what's it called? Narcos. Yeah. Shout out to you, Wayne. Shout out to you, Wayne. Yeah. Again, I don't be on here. Summertime, I'm on here more. But I just come on here to just give my thoughts, man. You know what I'm saying? Michael said, "What do you think about the latest Nicki Minaj controversy?" I just did a whole broadcast on it. I think Nicki, I think Nicki, she's been anti-Black American for some time now. You know what I'm saying? Nicki has disrespected Malcolm X. She has disrespected Rosa Parks. I think Nicki's money is drying up. I think Nicki is, she's a little crazy, and her sitting with Turning Point, those clowns, um, that was like a death blow to her career. You dig? Shout out to you, Sir Trigger. I appreciate that, homie. Yeah, Nicki, I wish people would stop expecting these celebrities to do anything in our favor. You know what I'm saying? Uh, when I saw her walk out on that stage, it was no surprise. Nicki is from Trinidad. And shout out to all my immigrants, man. Everybody that's not Black American, but it was no surprise. She don't have no allegiance to Black Americans, dog. You know what I'm saying? She don't have no allegiance to the soil. You know what I'm saying? She can give a fuck less. She said it. She's not even a U.S. citizen. You dig? Sincere Credential says she may as well go make country music at this point. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But knowing this day and age, people forget real quick. You can do anything out here and people just gonna forget. I think that we are on this phone so much and so much information and scandals are coming to us. We'll forget about that shit. Not really me, but people will forget. 3 years, nobody will remember she sat down with Erica Kirk. You know what I'm saying? But look, let me get off here, man. I'm about to get back to work. I got some editing to do. I'm editing a reality show with Tommy. Y'all know Tommy from Love and Hip Hop? I'm editing a reality show that I had to shoot. It's coming. It's coming soon. It's not out yet. I shouldn't even be talking about it, but yeah, it's a new type of reality show with the baddies crowd. You dig? I don't even like the baddies Zeus crowd. I've filmed a lot of them, but this what pays the bills. You know what I'm saying? Sir Trigger said, "Brother, my wife is from Zimbabwe, and I'm still scared of her." uh, yeah, yeah, buddy. Yeah, you know. Shout out to Zimbabwe. You dig? Yeah. But look, man, I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. I'm about it here. Peace. Appreciate that, y'all. Jay Warren, Joshua, Sir Trigger, Jay Warren, Rock Lovely, Michael. Yeah.